I am going to show you how to make your own level in Golf with Friends using the level editor. A little tutorial here. So what you're going to do is you're going to create a new level. Let's just name it tutorial. The level in here. Level. Put a description in. This is spell a tutorial level. And then music, we'll just do level editor music, default skybox. So the name and description. So what you have to have is a loading camera, a workshop camera, a spawn point, and then a hole. And then you can edit for the pars. So let's just save that right here. So first you will spawn into a giant empty space where you can build all sorts of levels. So first you have over here, you'll notice you have floors. You've got a bunch of different packs that you can use that the level editor gives you. You've got walls, you've got scenery, you've got features. So these are mainly like interactable features, things that move. And then you have gameplay elements. So as you see, you've got a spawn point here, you've got water, you've got lava, you've got your workshop camera, and then your loading camera. This is also where you get your flags and the holes that you need to make a level hole to be able to publish and play your level. You're going to need all this stuff here. So let's just start first off by using this forest level here. Let's start placing some floors so you can actually play the game. So as you see here, it's going to bring out a floor, and if you have any experience with game engines like Unreal Engine, Unity, things like that, then you might recognize this whole system over here. So you've got a move tool, so you can move up, down, left, right, whole system there. You've got values if you want X, Y, and Z. If you want specific values, you can do that. You've got a snap tool, so you can turn that off or turn it on, and you can set the snap to whatever you want. Basically, if you don't know what snap does, is if you have two pieces, you can snap them together essentially. This C as it's trying to snap together instead of just, if you turn that off, you can get really close with it, you can determine it. You can change the snap to any kind of grid size. So if you're making these pieces bigger, you might want to make the snap bigger. If they're small, you might want to make the snap small, etc. I'm not a huge fan of the way the snap works in this editor, so I prefer just to get real close and line things up and make it look better there, just because I didn't have a great time with their snap tool. I just found it easier to line it up myself, but you can do it whatever way you would like. And so there we go, we got two pieces there. This is your basically scaling tool. So if you want to make pieces bigger, you want to make them smaller, you want to make them like thicker or wider here, any way you want to do it, you can decide to do it however you want. Scaling wise, and so again, you can put values in for scaling. If you'd rather scale by XYZ, then you can do that as well. And then you have finally your rotate tool. So you can rotate some of these blocks if you want them at a corner. If you're making a rounded area, you're trying to go in a different area, you can scale them, rotate them in any direction, any sort of way, depending on how you're making your level. You can change stuff in the settings, but what I have for undo is just Control-Z. That's just what I'm more comfortable with. But again, you can go into the settings and change any of your editor controls. You just go to course settings. No, wrong one. Sorry about that. Help and options. And then these are all the options you have in your editor. So controls, you can change any of the controls you want for shooting, spinning, light, reset, jump, all of this stuff you can change. And then these are the editor tools here. So if you want to rotate something and you don't like that it's R for rotate, the hotkey is R, change it to something else. Just enter a new key, T. Oh, cancel. That's already used for something else. So that's used for scale. That is my bad. So let's see. Something that's probably not used is really Q. well, play around and find different keys. There we go, B. You do B for rotate. Obviously, I feel like it makes more sense for it to be R, but again, whatever you feel comfortable using makes it easier for you, you can do. I changed this to backspace for delete because I just felt like it was better. I think it was delete was for delete, which makes sense, but with the way my keyboard is set up, I kind of prefer backspace as delete, so I changed it to that. Quick place, easy wall, camera up and down, all of that jam. You can change any of the controls, video changes, save that. Video, audio, any of that kind of stuff. If you need help, there are these really nice tools that they can help you. So this is how you change the course settings. If you want to know about saving, flag placement, all of this stuff, just read through here, and it's really great about how, even to publish your course, it's really great about all that stuff. Okay, so we'll go back, we'll resume our little editor here. So there we go, we've gone through the tools, we've gone through the controls. Now let's build just a quick little level for us to test out here. So we've got 2 floors here. Let's add a new floor. So I have another one. You press Alt. If you didn't see it in the controls, Alt, and that just copies the piece that you're currently using. Just want to see if this is all lined up. Put over slightly. We should be good there. Yeah, that looks good. Alrighty, so we've got 3 pieces there. Let's add some walls, why don't we? So, let's just see. This is a wall. Looks good to me. So there's all different kinds of walls. There's like slanted walls, there's curved walls, there's these little borders that you can put up so the ball doesn't just automatically go over the edge here, which I will add because it makes the game a lot better. There's all these different kinds of, there's just a bunch of options for you to use. So let's just rotate this to the side. Alrighty, go up here. Now let's just add a wall. Add a wall, line that up. Looks good to me. Alrighty. And again, we can just hold Alt there. Press Alt, not hold it, just press it once and you should be good to go. Alrighty, Alt again, and there we go. So we got 3 nice little walls here. Looks great. A little high over here, let's just lower those a bit. Just try to check all of your angles, make sure nothing's sticking out of place and just looking weird. Alrighty. Let's just place some walls over here. You can do Alt, get that wall back. Get that wall there. And get this wall here. Alrighty. Looks good for now. Let's do that. Alrighty, so let's add some of these little edges here. Just so that one's a tilted one. I don't want a tilted one. I want, which one is it? There we go. Yeah, just the straight wall here, because this is a straight line here. We don't need any kind of funky wall here. Let's just curve that around. Just make this a good 90 exact. And then let's just do that here. Alrighty. Looks good. Let's just put it off the edge a little bit. I think it looks better, just slightly off the edge. Maybe not. Actually, I think I liked it how it was before. Alright. Control Z that. And then let's Alt add one here. Alt add another one. We're going to Alt add another one even though it goes over the edge. Obviously, I wouldn't leave that, but for the tutorial purposes, I'll just leave it for now. And let's just Alt that. And again, you'll want to make sure all your edges look nice. Move this one over slightly. All of that. Line everything up. Make sure it looks perfect. But for this tutorial, I don't need to really focus on that since this is not one of my actual levels. So here we are with that. We've got walls. We can add a little scenery if we want, some, trees in the background, things like that. Got a little house here. Whoa. Put that near the ground more. Again, you would focus more on getting everything to look correct in your level, but there are a lot of features you can play around with. Some of these are moving parts, so you can see how that could be kind of fun. This one's quite fun. Just play around with it. Got this little hockey man here who will hit the ball. Some targets that your players can hit. When they hit the target, they bounce off. Just play around with the features a little bit. So the first thing, one of the most important things you need is a spawn point. This is so players can spawn in. There's only one of these. If you want more players, you spawn in more people. And then you've got such things as lava, or you've got water. Little things like this in the background if you really want them in the level. We don't need them right now. So this is a workshop camera. So this is the image you'll see in your workshop. Let's just put this right here, and then sure, we're looking at it like that. And then this is your loading screen level image. You have to have both of these in order to publish your level. Let's put it like that for now. Now, another thing you're going to need is a hole light. So this is like a light, basically just setting where you want your final hole to be. And then see down here, there are some floors with a hole in them. So if you add a floor level, it's got this little hole in the middle. You take this light, you move it over here, and then there you go. That is your final level hole there. Let's put it in the ground a little bit. There we go. Awesome. And you can't see that in game, so don't worry about that. And then let's pick out a flag. So let's just go with a purple one. It adds this light as well. Alrighty, here we go. Let's just put that inward there. That should be good. Let's see if we can test it now. Okay. Okay, so now we've got this little level here. You can shoot. Controls are the same as in-game. For shooting, hole in one, because I hit the light. I didn't actually get in the hole, so that is my bad. We want to lift this light down, put it down a little bit, and then put the flag hole where the light is down in there, because they have to touch the light for it to be the end of the level, and we don't want the light above the hole, because then that happens. Come on. Just hit it here. Ah! Off the edge. Well, obviously I wouldn't have the edge like that in my real game, but let's hit that a little bit lighter. Oh! I think I hit it the same. There. Hit it just a little bit lighter. There we go. 4 strokes. There we go. We have par set at 1 because that is the automatic value for par. So if you save this and you go to your settings, load your level. Oh, we don't need to load it. Quit the level. Here we go. Level editor. We do our tutorial lever. So we load that up. And then we can check the course settings here, and now we can set par because we have a name and description, we have a loading camera, we have a workshop camera, we have a spawn point, and we have a hole. So now we can set the number of pars for the level and then publish that. I won't publish this because this isn't a real level, but that is how you do the pars and publish. I had trouble finding that, so hopefully that helps you. And I guess I'll save it. And that is basically how you set up a level in the Golf with Friends level editor. I hope this helped anybody who watched it. Obviously make your levels big, grand, make them look amazing.